a PowerPoint presentation to revise all the concepts of focus and plunge into the, or agree on the exceptions. And
I have a few questions on the texts.
Okay, about tonicity.
About tonicity.
Okay,
yes.
but let's wait until we get there. And in the middle, just before or after the break, I don't know, depending on how we're doing, we will agree on how we're going to organize the rest of the year, okay? I have a sort of tentative date for the Trabajo Práctico Integrador, and so I would like to share that with you. And,
when do we finish classes?
The last, the week of the 19th of November. I think it's from the 12th to the 19th. The 19th of November is supposed to be the last day of term. Yes, I'm planning to finish earlier than that. But let's see. Then I'll tell you and we'll see if you agree and what you think about it. Okay? So let's start with dictation 8. You tell me if you need me to read something else or if you have any doubts, okay? So there we go. If you don't mind changing, you could go via Manchester. There's a train due out in, hang on, just 5 minutes.
Here I confused both rises with full rises.
Due out in.
Me too.
Due out in. Due out in. Due out in.
Yeah.
Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. That's the difference, right?
And the nucleus on because? Because
it's a phrasal verb that functions as a verb.
Perfect.
Okay, you don't say hang on. That would be the noun, but I don't know if there is a noun like that, a hang on. Okay, just 5 minutes. Which platform will that be? From platform, from platform 2, but you'll have to change. I don't mind that. But what about my ticket? Can I use the same ticket? Let me look. That's okay. Yes, it's just the same fare.
Sorry, Claudia. In OK, I have heard the 4 rise.
That's okay. That's okay.
And you have said?
That's okay.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yes.
That's
thanks.
okay. You hear the difference?
Yes, thanks.
Okay. Yes, it's just the same fare. And what time will it get me there? Will that get me there? At 14:48. They are so punctual. 14:48. Imagine here, it's at 14:48. Okay, there, stress shift again. I hope you noticed. About 20 minutes before the direct train. But you'll have to hurry. Platform 2, change at Manchester. No doubts? Okay, so then transcription 8. Hello, or hello. Are you Barry? Be consistent, right? If you use the onset on the verb to be, then use a strong form. If you don't place the onset, then use the weak form, right? But don't do both things. So, are you Barry? That's right. Who are you? Somebody asked about who. No? No questions?
I forgot to place the onset on who.
Yeah, it's a WH word, so it tends to take the onset, remember, in questions. I'm Sergeant Pride from the police. Oh, what do you want? Just some questions about Rose Melville's aircraft.
Sorry, in O. What would the O be? Because I took it as I wrote a rise because I took it as an interjection, maybe.
Interjections are pronounced with false.
There, I mixed it up.
It is an interjection. Interjections are short exclamations. And as such, they are pronounced with false, typically high false. Oh, if you're surprised. Oh, what do you want?
So I wrote it wrong. I placed it under rise.
No rise for interjections. So, was it in good condition? It was fine. I gave it a complete service the day before the accident. I'm a good mechanic, Sergeant, so you can't blame me. No problems there? Okay. I accepted me as the nucleus as well. You may have noticed I said you can't blame me, and instead of you can't blame me. And why is that? Can you guess why? I prefer you can't blame me as opposed to you can't blame me. What do you think?
Maybe because if you say you can't blame me, it's contrastive. And so far nobody's made any accusations, or they just want to get the facts straight.
Exactly. If you say you can't blame me, there's a sort of idea that she was murdered, that somebody must be made responsible, right? And I don't know whether at this point there is any hint, right, that she was murdered. They think that it was an accident. So I think it would be more innocent on his part to say, you can't blame me, I'm not responsible because I thought it was an accident, okay? Is this clear? But we don't know, maybe.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, regarding this. So pronouns at the end, because I was doing a lab task as well that had
what
many,
type of love task? I'm interested.
the one that you sent.
I didn't send you any love tasks.
Yeah, the one with, yeah, we had to do something for love, I promise you.
Really?
Yes.
I do everything for love.
Yeah, so it happened that it has also.
I'm pulling your leg, Dana. I don't want you.
Okay.
I don't want to make you feel embarrassed, right? But pay attention to what I do. Everything for love. Do you do everything for love?
Love, yes, love. Yes,
because
yes.
you kept saying love. There's something. Remember last time Mariano made this Freudian slip, and we all knew he had a problem with a friend. Now you have to tell us what do you have? What's your issue with love?
No problems. I am in a relationship happily.
We wanted to know. We wanted to know. Okay. So what you were asking me about final pronouns, okay?
Yes.
And what's your doubt?
Yeah, when we have a final pronoun, if we place the nucleus there, is it broad focus or narrow focus?
What do you think?
For me, it's narrow focus because we are contrasting.
Exactly. Pronouns are not lexical items. So when you place the nucleus there, that's narrow focus. Okay?
Right, thank you.
Great. And so he said, you can't blame me. I wasn't blaming you. What about Rose?
Sorry, here I misplaced the nucleus because I thought that blaming you was old information. It's like I wasn't blaming you.
Yes, yeah, I think it's possible. Yes, it's possible. I wasn't blaming you.
Yeah, I did that as well.
Okay, yes, I think so. I think it's possible there. What about Rose? What do you mean? How did you get on with her? Okay, why do you want to know? I don't know anything, or I don't know anything. This may have been confusing. Anything is a word of general reference, right? So in an out of the blue context, you say, I don't know anything. I don't know anything, right? But here he says, I want to know. What do you want to know? They are talking about knowing, so he could say, I don't know anything, okay? Not a single thing, right? That's the meaning of anything when you place the nucleus there.
So if we were to place the nucleus there, would that be narrow or broad focus? Gray area.
Gray area, I would say, yes.
Wouldn't it be broad?
The thing is, it's an exception to the LLI rule, the broad focus rule. So if we place this is why we have the special cases of tonicity, because if it is in fact in them, it's still narrow focus because of contrast or something. Here, it's not, it's because of meaning.
I agree, yes. It's a sort of gray area. So, well, take it as a gray area, okay? I will try not to ask you when it's gray in the exam, for example, okay? Great, so I don't know anything. Barry, darling, we've got to talk. Glenda, not now.
Here I had issues with tone, because, and I don't know why, because I decided to use a full rise thinking that it was either the theme or something like that, and I thought the full rise would, in Barry, darling.
But this is no theme, she's calling him. This is an initial vocative, right? So when you call someone, have I told you anything about initial vocatives? No. Okay, you know final vocatives, right? So when she says, Barry, darling, this darling is a final vocative. So that's non-nuclear, right? But what about the first one? This is Barry, or Barry, darling. What do we do with initial vocatives? When do you use an initial vocative? Normally when you call someone, okay? Or when you name someone. So if you name someone, meaning pay attention, right? Or for example, when at school, in the class, when you name who has to talk, then you use false, yes? Hi, Lucia, we're talking about initial vocatives. So you use a fall, and the equivalent of using a fall is listen, I'm going to tell you something, okay? Pay attention, I'm going to tell you something. Okay?
So initial vocatives with a full is this that you're saying just now. Listen to me, I'm going to say something.
I'm going to say something.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Then, if you're calling someone, you will use a full rise if you know the person can hear you. Okay? And a rise if you don't know if the person can hear you.
So let's say we were in class and you were asking us to repeat an IP, you would say, Dana. You wouldn't say Dana.
No, because I'm not calling her. I'm naming her for her to answer. So Dana, it means you speak. Okay? Or listen, I'm going to say something. So the best choice there is the fall. A fall rise is, I don't know, you're at a party, right? And then you have someone very near because you know they can hear you and say, Susan, do you know who I met today? Susan. Okay, you call her, but you know she can hear you. Okay, and then a rise if you're not sure if they can hear you. Susan, is that you? Susan? Okay, so that's why the falling. Barry, darling. Any more questions? No? Okay, so let's work a bit with...
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
In Barry, darling, so the nucleus is on darling, right?
No, darling is a final vocative, so it's non-nuclear.
Okay.
So you say, Barry, darling. If you want to soften the effect of the fall, you use a rise, but it's non-nuclear, you know that. Barry, darling, if you want.
The final vocatives is what I don't get. Which are them, the vocatives, the final vocatives?
The final vocatives are non-nuclear. You want to know how to recognize them? It
Yes,
could be
please.
the person you're addressing. Okay, Dana. This final Dana is a final vocative.
Okay, so just pronouns in final position.
It's not a pronoun, yeah. It's name, or it could be a noun phrase, right? Like honey, darling, love, silly.
Yeah.
Silly. depends on what you want to call the person. Sylvia, you wanted to?
Yes, Claudia, in about. About is a preposition.
Yes.
Yes, and it has the onset. I haven't put the onset there. I put the onset in 20.
Yeah, because
About
you're in the
20.
dictation, aren't you?
Ah, yes, it's the dictation.
So, what's the answer to your question?
No, you, you is.
I am the queen.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, I did it on purpose. I had to force myself to do that. Yes, because you need to be perceptive. The dictation is for you to perceive. So don't. I mean, of course, it's useful to know the rules, but it's not you who's applying them. It's me. So I do that on purpose. Every now and then, it's something you're not expecting. I don't think I would say it like that anyway. It was just on purpose to trick you. Okay.
And you took me.
Yes, it was very effective. The trap was effective. Well, you were not the only one. Okay. Anything else? Transcription? Nope. Okay, so shall we do a dictation? All right, this is the dictation. Excuse me.
Claudia, would this
Yes. Don't tell me if it is to hand in. Eh?
No, but should we do it separately or it's the same?
Sorry?
It's the same if we write it in notebook, let's say.
No, you're going to correct it here. We're going to discuss the options, yes, why the speaker did this or did that. I will use this dictation as an excuse to revise tone and tonicity, a bit of everything, right? Okay? So it's not to hand in, it's not to submit, no, just write, you'll be writing notes there. Excuse me, could you help me? Certainly, what can I do for you? We're looking for a girl's ski jacket. I like this style. Do you have it in size 10? Let me see. Size 4, 6, 8. Here we are, size 10. Oh, I don't really like yellow. What other colors does it come in? It comes in red, pink, blue, and black. The pink's nice. How much is it? It's 160. Oh, well, we'll have to think about it. Yep. What's the context?
What we always say, bueno, lo pienso después te digo.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly the idea. You got the gist of the dialogue. What do they want to buy, Dana? Do you know?
No, I think I lost that part.
Okay, and who are the speakers? Well, who knows? A dress?
There is a shop assistant and a customer.
A customer, and a shop assistant. Right, those are the speakers. And what is it that they want to buy?
A dress.
A jacket, a ski jacket. Okay, a ski jacket. Okay, so there we go. Excuse me. 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 Lucia, what do you hear?
I hear a full rise.
On?
Excuse.
Cues, right?
Cues.
Okay. Yes, everybody? Any rhythmicals? Lucia,
No.
rhythmicals? No, nothing.
No.
Right. Well, this is the way they always pronounce excuse me. Yes, this is an expression that you use when you interrupt someone, right? It's very similar to the function of a vocative when you call someone and you know they can hear you, right? But it's a fixed intonation for this expression. So, excuse me, pause. Could you help me? 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 Mariano, what do you hear?
I hear an onset in could,
Yeah.
and then
If you
arise
start with the
in-
nucleus,
Sorry.
if you start with the nucleus, you'll be safer, right? It doesn't mean that it's wrong. Eh?
Oh,
So
okay.
nucleus,
Yes. Then arise in help.
okay, help me. Everybody heard that? Yes, no fall rise? Yeah, could you help me? And then
the
as you were
onset on could.
good. Could you help me? Any rhythmicals?
No.
Okay. Well, let's see. Do you expect that tonicity, Mariano? What's tonicity?
Oh, yes.
What's the tonicity? Yeah, what is
broad
tonicity?
focus.
Okay, yes. Nucleus placement. It's in broad focus, so you expect that.
Mhm.
And is this the tone you would use in this question?
I guess. Yes,
Why?
I think.
Why?
I don't know.
Who can
I
help?
want to keep on thinking.
Yes, Eugenia?
Here, as we saw the context, she's trying to buy something. This would fall an exchange of goods and services, and she's asking for help. So this would be a request.
Okay, this is a request for
different
help.
rights.
Yeah, that's why we need a different rise, because this is a request for
Yes,
help.
yes.
Don't think about the exchange of goods and services because they are at a shop, right? Because, I mean, they could exchange information, all right, even in this context, right? This is exchange of goods and services because this is a request for help. So that's why you need the different rise. Dana, what?
Yeah, I was going to say that it was a checking question. I mean, could you help me? Yes or no?
Yes, I could. Yes, I could. Maybe tomorrow. No, I couldn't help you. Is this what you want? Is that what you expect?
I think no.
No. When you say, could you help me? You want to be helped. You don't want to
Yeah.
know if they can help you or not. Okay? So that's
Okay.
why this is not a checking question. In other words, this is not transactional. Yes, this is suasion. It's within the realm of suasion. Yes, can you all follow? Yeah, we're revising a bit of everything. And the other person answers, certainly. 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 What's that, Sylvia?
Fall.
Right.
A
Okay.
nucleus in sir.
Well, yeah, that was very that was not difficult,
Yeah.
was it?
No, I was thinking about of the other tone, the level tone, but it's not this.
No, it's a fall.
Tone. Yes.
Is this the tone that you would say in this situation if you were the shop assistant? Can you interpret what is going on? What this fall?
It's not rather dominant saying with the fall.
Well, it is, but it is not negative, is it? Dominance is not a negative term, eh? It is not, doesn't have to be. Why do you think this is a dominant fall?
Because a person
Because-
has the power to help, to do what the other person needs.
Okay, so where would you place this? In what realm?
You're accepting the offer.
So
right?
what realm is this?
Interpersonal?
When you are, yes,
Yes,
when
it's
you
in-
agree,
Yes.
and it's suasion.
It's suasion, eh? If this was suasion, this is also suasion. Okay, so here you request, and here you agree to help, right? And you can agree with the dominant fall, certainly. I'm in control of the situation. I'm in a position to help you, I will. Or you can also agree with a different rise. Certainly, if that's what you want, yes, I will yield to you. Both are possible. Pause. What can I do for you? 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 Gabriela, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I just can't turn on the camera today.
No problem. No problem. Would you like to say what you hear? What can I do for you?
I hear the nucleus on do.
Yes. What tone?
Arise.
Yes, that's what I said. Do for you. Did you hear the butcher saying? Do
Yes.
for you. The strong form of for. That's arise. And anything else? What
Yes.
can I do for you? What?
I hear an onset on what? And nothing more.
And nothing else. What can I do for you?
Sorry, Claudia. I stayed behind with the previous one with certainly. You said that with dominant, we do not refer to a bad connotation of the word with dominant. So you said that dominant fall is having the control of the situation. So we justify with that. So we use it when we have the control of the situation.
Well, no, it's not. It's not so. That wouldn't be the definition of dominant. A dominant fall shows that you are you will use it for communicative functions where you are in control, but it has to be within communicative functions. Okay, you cannot generalize in any context, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to what can I do for you? What is this, Gabriela? How do you interpret this rise?
It's an offer to help. It's a definite rise.
Okay, so this is within what realm?
Suasion.
Suasion. This is a very confusing question, isn't it? Because maybe I would have said it differently. Okay, I would have probably asked for information. Yeah, what can I do for you? Tell me what you need. Okay, I would be interested in information. That's a possibility. It's a possible way to say it, right? But this speaker is saying it, I mean, it's disguised as an offer, right? Tell me what you want, but I offer, right, to help you. Okay, what can I do for you? Is this clear? That rise is telling me that this is a different rise, so he's offering, offering to help.
The person was looking for information, then it would have been a fall.
A proclaiming fall. It
Yes.
would have been transactional, okay? It would have been transactional. That would have been a finding out question. Proclaiming fall, yes? But this is not. It's not like that. In a transcription, you choose what to do. Yes, in fact, I would expect a fall in a transcription. Yeah, because you will have to explain why this WH question turned into an offer, right? Okay, so next speaker. We are looking for a girl's ski jacket. 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 We are looking for a girl's ski jacket.
Claudia,
Maria.
if I use the diphthong ia for wea, would that be wrong?
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Mariano, what do you hear? We are looking for a girl's ski jacket.
I think there's a nucleus in ski, which is a fall. And
Ski
then,
jacket, that's a compound, right? Ski jacket.
And then we have an onset on looking. And rhythmical stress on girls.
Okay. You can have another rhythmical in jacket or not. I won't be.
But if that would be the case, the nucleus wouldn't be there, right? For stress
No.
shifting, because we have girls, ski jacket, 3 subsequent.
You're right. You're right. Yes, you're right. Okay, we are looking for a girl's ski jacket.
That
right?
is transactional.
Okay.
A dominant fall.
If it's transactional, it's not dominant.
Sorry, a proclaiming fall.
It's a proclaiming fall. What's the use of the proclaiming?
To convey meaning, to send a message. I don't remember the words.
New information.
To give new information.
You sound like you're guitaring when you say you give a message.
because I couldn't find the words. I'm a bit out of context.
Okay, so the proclaiming fall is used for what here?
For proclaiming new information.
Okay, new information. That's what I want. Okay. Yes, to provide new information, right? Okay. She's informing the other person what they want, what they need. Okay.
And ski jackets is a type of compound.
Yes, it's a type of compound. I like this
Is
style.
that type of, or is it a jacket for skiing?
Yeah, but I'm not sure that we can use this for this type of compound. We use it for ing compounds.
Okay.
I don't know if it will work always like this. If it, well, here it would. I like this style. 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 Dana, what do you hear? I like this style.
Yeah, nucleus in this.
I like this style. I like this style.
No, style.
What tone?
A full.
Yes. Anything else?
Yeah, onset on like.
I like this style. Anything else?
No.
No. Definitely no stress on this. There you would have the 3 stress syllables together. Right. Is this what you would expect, Dana? Why this for? How could you account for this?
I think that is new information as well. So I would say that it is a proclaiming new information with the full.
Yeah. So it is within what realm?
The transactional.
Transactional, right? Yes. I like this style. I tell you that I like this style. Do you have it in size 10? 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 Do you have it in size 10?
One more time, please. One more time, please.
Do you have it in size 10? Silvia, what's that?
I think that the nucleus is in 10 with a 4 rise.
10?
No, with a rise.
Okay, remember that you confuse those. So once you got okay, 10 is a nucleus, then in your mind do 10, forget about what comes before that, because that's what's confusing you, is the high head.
Yes.
So do you have it in size 10?
Rise in 10.
10, you repeat that, 10, and compare it to the fall rise in your mind. 10.
10.
Okay, you see?
Yes,
10.
yes.
That's a rise. What else do you hear, Silvia?
The onset in do.
Yes, this here, the strong form of do gives the game away. So when you hear the strong form, you know the onset is there. Do you have it? Did you hear the strong form? Do you have it? I didn't say, do you have it? Do you have it? I said, do you have it in size 10? What else? Silvia, anything else? Any rhythmicals?
Yes, in have,
Yes.
size, and
And
size.
size. Do you have it in size 10? Now tell me why you think this speaker used the rise.
In transactional,
Mm-hmm.
checking question.
Yes, I think so. She wants to know if they have it or not. So the answer is going to be yes or no. Yes?
Yes.
Is this okay? Good. Next speaker. Let me see. Let me see.
Sorry, Claudia, can we go back to did Silvia said suasion?
No.
No, transactional
Transactional.
and checking question.
Okay.
It's a
And
referring rise.
if we had a full rise in size, how would it sound?
Do you have it in size 10? Size 10?
Yeah.
Try to keep this innocent ear for the nucleus, Anna, because if you misplace the nucleus, you cannot possibly then tell the tone, right? Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. What's that, Lucia? Let me see.
It's a fall.
On?
On C, sorry.
Yes. Anything else?
Yes, an onset on let.
Let me see. What's the meaning of this fall?
This is referring. Sorry, no, not referring.
Why don't you use the chart?
Yes, I'm looking at
Okay,
it.
there's your machete.
I don't know if it is a dominant fall.
You tell me. I'm asking you.
I'm not sure. That's why.
What do you mean? If it is a dominant fall, what would that mean?
Wait for me. I'm going to check.
Yes. And what's the meaning? Or what's the communicative function?
Stay here.
Yeah, but what's the communicative function of stay here?
Sorry. Suasion.
Wait for me. It's suasion, yes.
Sorry.
What communicative value would this have?
A command.
A command, right? Wait for me, okay? Wait. Let me see. She could have said, let me see. Yeah, please wait if you would. A request. But she says it as a command, right? Let me
Could
see.
it be this is another option? I'm just asking because could this be a statement?
What is a statement? When you say statement, you know I will never be satisfied. I will ask
it's not new information.
Well, I don't know what you mean by statement.
Well, I'm not proclaiming something new. I'm not adding information to it.
If that's what you mean by statement, it's not.
And it's not it's not within the textual meanings either. So the only options are, because it's a disguised command. If you say, let me see, I don't take it as a command. I have to think about that.
Yes, you have to paraphrase it and think about the function. That is why whenever you're in suasion, you have to define the communicative function of that IP. Here, the communicative function is wait. Okay, wait. I'm asking you to wait. It's a command.
I took it as if she's hesitating and she can say it in a level tone. Let me see.
I am the queen.
Yeah,
You are not to decide. Here, you don't decide anything. You're just only trying to interpret what I said, okay? It's possible. Level is possible. What?
But I had the same question. This is one of the phrases, for example, that the cashier would use when she's expecting the total, and they say, "Let me see." Is that a correct level tone?
Of course.
Because I thought about it also in the dictation when it said "hang on." I mean, it was possible to say "hang on," Is that hang on when you're waiting for a
Hang
result?
on. Yes, it's possible. Would you remember what the level tone is used for?
Yes, to think or to wait or to.
Verbal planning.
Yes.
Verbal planning may mean you're thinking about what to say next. Okay.
Oh, but
Or
if you're
here, you
waiting for
don't
the
know if you
computer.
don't know if you have size 10. So let me see, maybe she's looking. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
So
that's
it's
possible.
possible.
Or the other one is just making the summing up. Yes. Okay. Hold on. Yes, that's a possibility.
Great.
You're in oblique orientation. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Good. Okay. What?
Sorry, before going on. So this, let me see. I would have justified it with that I have the control. Would that be okay? I would say that I have the control of the situation. You have to wait for me because I'm telling you to wait.
Don't say that, because I know what you mean now, and now I can say yes, that's the idea. But when you say control, I will think of linguistic control. And this has nothing to do with linguistic control. So the word control is a bit dangerous in our definitions, okay? So
Right.
why the dominant fall? Because the dominant fall is the appropriate tone for a command. You have to be the dominant speaker to produce a command, okay? Try to avoid this idea of control, right? The idea is okay. It is true that you are in control of the situation when you command, okay? When you order someone to do something, right? But the word control may be tricky, yeah, for us, for phonetics too, okay? So avoid it. Okay, size 4, 6, 8. What is she doing? Size 4, 6, 8.
She's listening.
Yeah, she's looking at the tags probably, right? So size 4, 6, 8. Size 4, 6, 8. Size 4, 6, 8. Eugenia, what do you hear? Size 4, 6, 8.
You're tricking me here.
Yes.
Because I didn't hear one IP.
Okay, good. Yes.
I had more.
Yes, how many?
3.
Yes, that's what I did.
6,
Good.
8. And each of them has a level tone.
Right. Where's the nucleus in the first one?
4.
Okay.
And then, well, default.
6, 8. Was it an onset? Size 4.
No, you went up on 4.
Exactly.
I didn't hear, and it wasn't. I didn't hear a difference in pitch. It was very little for this.
Yes. Size 4, 6, 8. Can you account for the use of the level tone?
Here you're. It's not hesitation, but you're still waiting to see what's next. You don't know what's next.
Exactly.
So you're just checking. But we have C, and when we get to the last one, there you will make a choice, I'm guessing.
Yes, you're guessing, and then now you'll see what she does if she actually finds number 10. But she is using the level, she's using this for verbal planning because she doesn't know what she's going to say next until she sees the number, right? The size. It's probably in the tags. Yes, she's checking the tags. And then she says, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Gabriela, what do you hear? Here we are.
I hear a nucleus on here. But then a slight rise on the R.
Okay, so what is it on here?
It's a proclaiming fall.
Here we are. Yes, here we are. You hear that? Is this what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
And
here
I'm guessing
okay,
since since we are in the context of a customer and oh my goodness, I'm losing the word. I can't find it.
Shop assistant?
And the shop assistant context, thank you. The shop assistant wanted to proclaim the information, but wanted to be respectful at the same time.
A better label instead of respectful?
Polite.
Yes, polite. No.
I'm looking for another one, a technical term. Technical term.
Softening.
More
Good
technical.
manners.
Wants to keep the listener's feelings. No?
No, that's for social formula. This is not social formula.
Are you looking for conversions here?
Yeah, that's the term I want. This is
convergence.
you soften the effect of the fall because of the convergent meaning of the rise. Okay, so the rise is convergent. Okay, so you say, Gabriela, that this is a transactional proclaiming fall, right?
Yes.
And what is the new information? How do you interpret this as a new information?
Yes, there is a size 10.
Here is the size 10. Okay, I found size 10. There is a size 10, right? That's what she means. Okay.
Question. Should we be thinking about the second nucleus there? Because if I think about it, that's convergent and it doesn't fit within the transaction.
Of course. What did I tell you about the combination fall plus rise in connection with nucleus and focus? Which is the one?
The important one is the fall.
This is the one that counts. This is the dummy rise. Okay, we only use it to soften the effect of the fall, but it has no meaning in terms of focus. Okay, the nucleus is here.
And the strong form is not because you place a tone there. It is.
No.
It would have been if this were a fall rise on here, it still would have been a strong form.
Yes. Why?
That's the question. Because it is stranded. It's stranded.
It's stranded. It's we are here. Here we are. No, here you are. Okay. Size 10. Size 10. Size 10. Dana, what's that?
I hear the nucleus on 10, a fall, the onset on size.
Okay.
10.
Can you explain why this speaker did that?
I think it is transactional because it's new information.
So what tone is that?
Yeah, the fall.
What fall?
The proclaiming new information fall.
The proclaiming fall. We call it proclaiming fall. All right. Yes.
Okay, very long.
Okay. Next speaker says, "Oh,
Sorry, Claudia, I have a question. If we talk about that in the previous IP, that in here we are, it's we know that we have found size 10.
No, you
Why?
don't know. No. Who knows?
I know.
Who knows? Why do you think
okay.
somebody knows? She is proclaiming that she found it.
Okay.
Oh, here. That's new information.
Okay.
So it's narrow focus and here.
No, this is not a lexical item.
No, not in here. I know that the one that counts is that one.
This is the last lexical item.
Because we are here.
This is the last lexical item. Okay, and then the answer is oh. 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 Lucia, what do you think? What is this? Oh.
Well, this is a fall.
Yes. What type of fall and why?
It's speaker's feeling. It's in the interactional.
No, speaker's feelings. That is only social formula. Okay.
And it is not a social.
This is not a social formula. Social formula only thanking, apologizing, greeting. Okay? Only those three things. So what's this? Oh.
What's this? Is it a referring fall?
That is a contradiction. Fall is never referring. Referring you use for the other tone, the fall rise or the rise, never for the fall. The fall is proclaiming.
Proclaiming new. This is the proclaiming fall.
Yes, because it's what? What is the function?
It's new information.
Okay.
Something is coming.
No, that's new information. Something is coming.
No, something is coming is another thing. Sorry, it's textual.
Okay,
not a function.
careful. Yeah, nothing to do. So yes, this is an exclamation, right? When you exclaim, or an interjection is a short exclamation. When you exclaim, you have to proclaim, because you express that this is new, right? In this case, you express that you are surprised. You were not expecting it. Okay? And now let's see what it is that she does not expect.
So it doesn't fulfill the function of textual?
No, not here. Exclamation has to do with information.
Yeah, but since it's not literally information, it's like she's saying a sound, expressing her feelings, but something is coming. So I thought it was organizational.
No, she could stop there.
But it doesn't. The fact that it's there, it's not organizing anything. It's just there. It's just being.
It's expressing information, right?
Okay.
It's expressing her, I don't know, that this is new to her, right? Oh, I don't really like yellow. 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 Mariano, what's that? I don't really like yellow.
This is, we have the nucleus on like.
Yeah, why? Why do you think the nucleus is on like? We are not there, but we can picture what is going on in our brains. And the cat doesn't let you think.
No, she's, well, I think that since both people involved can see the color, then there's no need to put the nucleus there. We don't have to focus on
Exactly.
that.
So what we know is that she's showing her a yellow jacket. So even if we're not there, we know that that's what's happening. So that's why we have the narrow focus. Yellow is old information in this context, right? So you had the nucleus on like with what tone?
A fall.
She used a fall.
Yes.
Anything else?
Yes, we have the the onset on don't
And?
really like yellow, and that's it. I would add that this is a proclaiming fall, since this person is giving new information, is proclaiming new information.
Yes. There are two rhythmicals, really, and then yellow. I don't really like yellow.
Sorry, I thought I knew the yellow one, but I didn't put it on really because of the rule of three, but there's another
There's
syllable.
a weak syllable here. Okay.
And how?
I don't, yeah.
I couldn't tell that there was those rhythmicals.
Okay. Well, you can listen. I don't really like yellow. Or think about the rhythmic, think about the lexical items. Lexical items will have to be stressed. I have to stress lexical items. Yeah, so I will only avoid doing that when there are three strong stresses together, but otherwise I will always have to stress the lexical items. Okay? I don't really like yellow. Everybody happy with that? Good. What other colors does it come in? 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 What other colors does it come in?
Other colors.
What other colors does it come in?
I want to know. Is it finding out question?
Dana, we're here, we can hear you.
Oh, no puede ser, qué feo, perdón.
As long as you don't say something we shouldn't hear. Okay, Silvia, what do you hear?
This is vowel number 10 fest.
You're right, yes, except for this one, but it could have been using the strong form. So what other colors does it come in?
I think that in other
Yes.
is a nucleus,
Yes,
a fall,
yes, fall.
fall.
Yes, what else?
It's a narrow focus,
Yes, why?
just to make a contrast with the yellow that has been shown to her.
Shown, that has been shown. Yes, true. Anything else?
It's a falling, proclaiming new information.
It's not proclaiming new information. It's a proclaiming fall, I agree, but this is a question. So you're not proclaiming new information.
Yes, a WH question.
That
Just
doesn't
to find out question.
Okay, finding out. What else in the dictation? You only tell me the nucleus and the tone. And then what other stuff?
The lexical items in colors and come.
Yes, the rhythmicals, right?
Rhythmical.
Come in. It comes in. And what other colors come in? Does it come in? You hear? Did you hear an onset?
No, since really no.
What other colors? What other colors does it come in?
In what?
But what other? What? It's high.
Okay.
What? Without an onset. What other colors? What? What other colors does it come in? Okay. Next speaker.
Thanks.
It comes in red, pink, blue, and black. 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 Gabriela, what's that?
I think it's a compound information unit. And we are using rises to list the colors that it comes in. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 IPs. Pink.
So all with rises, right?
Yes, red, pink, blue with rise, and black, a fall.
And
a fall
what's the
on
meaning
black.
of that combination? What do we feel when you have this?
This is when we need linguistic control to finish what we're saying because it's a list.
More than a list. Remember.
Let me continue on. Don't interrupt me. But I don't remember if it has
to show the listeners what? That this is what?
A compound information unit.
Not enough. What type of compound information unit? It expresses what? Eugenia, you say it. You say it.
Closed set.
A closed set.
Oh,
right?
a closed set.
And that's what they mean. There are no more items. That's all we have. And you get it because of the tones.
Yes.
Is there an onset?
Dependence.
Yes, the rises show dependence to express that this is a closed set. Onset?
Comes?
It comes in red. Yes? Well, no, unless you have a low onset, right? But
okay,
it could be just pre-head. If you write the low onset, it's okay. Honestly.
If it was a transcription, I could write a high onset.
Yeah,
but if in this case, because it's a dictation, no. Okay.
Exactly. And then the answer is the pink's nice. The pink's nice. The pink's nice. Sorry, going back, Gabriela, what meta function was that set?
Transactional?
No.
No.
Here it's
Oh,
purely
textual.
Purely textual, because you
To
organize
organize.
the information into the set, right? Well, she says the pink's nice. The pink's nice. Eugenia, what's that?
It's nucleus on pink. It's a 4.
Mhm.
No onsets because it's the first lexical item. I put a rhythmical on nice.
Mhm.
And this is proclaiming new information, isn't it?
Yes, I tell you that the pink one's nice. Yeah, can you account for the nucleus placement?
Here, well, we could do away with the nice because we would expect her to choose one of the colors. The pink's nice. So if she would, it would mean the same if she said without the nice, because it still means I like the pink. The pink.
Nice means I like, and this is what she's expected to express. Yes, she's choosing the one she likes. So that's why nice can be taken as old information here, right? The pink's nice.
Yeah, and can we say that pink is contrasting?
Contrastive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be the pink as opposed to the others.
Yeah, the other
Yes.
column.
Yes.
Yeah.
How much is it? How much is it?
Delia, I'm sorry. Could I ask you a question about the closed set?
Yes.
Could I say that it is textual between the IPs, but it is transactional as a set, like as
Yes.
an information unit?
Yes.
That would be okay. Okay.
Yes. How much is it? How much is it? How much is it? Mariano.
This is we have the nucleus on is. It is a 4. We have the onset on how. How much is it? Well, this is a proclaiming fall, I would say. A finding out question.
Yeah. So what's the realm?
Transactional.
Transactional, right. Okay. How much is it? It's 160. It's 160.
Yeah, go back a little bit. Why the
Yes.
nucleus is?
Where do you want it to be?
Well, it is recoverable. How much is it?
But this is a WH word.
So how would we account for tonicity there? It's the last lexical item.
It's the only item that you have. The verb to be is not a lexical item, but you don't have lexical items here. Remember that in English, you avoid the nucleus on the WH word. So you're not going to have it on how much, unless it's the only word. You say how much. But otherwise, you try to avoid the nucleus there. So which is the weight, the heavier word after that?
The auxiliary there.
The verb to be.
The verb to be is the only. Yeah.
The only one. Okay, that's why it's there. The same when you say, how are you? It's on the verb to be because there's nothing else, right?
I don't understand. It's a verb. Why isn't it a lexical item?
Sorry?
Why isn't it a lexical item if it's a verb?
Because no, the verb to be is not a lexical item.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not that it's a verb. It's never a lexical item. It's 160. It's 160. It's 160. Lucia, it's 160.
Yes. It's the nucleus is on 100.
It's 160. It's 160.
60, sorry, 6. And it's a proclaiming fall. It's new information.
Onset?
No onset.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, yes.
You thought it was the nucleus. You thought it was the
Yes.
nucleus. So this was
100.
really prominent, yes? It's 160, proclaiming new information, right? That's a fall.
Sorry, would schwa in the second syllable of 100 be possible?
Yes, of course. And the next speaker says, we'll have to think about it. 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 Silvia, we'll have to think about it.
The nucleus in think, it's a 4, and the onset in have, the rhythmical stress in about,
Yes.
and it's a proclaiming fall, new information.
Okay. Yes? Everybody? No problems? It's transactional. Okay, well, wonderful. Let's have a break now. When we come back from the break, we'll talk about how we're going to plan the rest of the year. I'm going to leave text 4 for next time because I really want to start with the nucleus and focus. I don't want to fall behind with that. We're going fine with the schedule, right? Okay, so we'll meet again at 20 to 8, okay? 20 to 8, a couple of minutes before that, 2 minutes before 20 to 8. I love this lemon tea. Have you tried it? It's La Virginia. It's so
No,
acid.
I
If you
don't
like
drink tea, really.
acid, never taste it. I don't like tea very much, but this one tastes more of lemon than tea. And oh, I love it.
What kind of tea are you talking about?
Lemon tea, La Virginia té con limón or something like that, but it's tastes of lemon, really of lemon.
I will give it a try because I love lemon.
Oh,
I use it everywhere, like
you will love
whenever
it.
you can think of. And well, I will
Yes,
give
it's
it a
great.
try.
And when I, for example, at midday, I start with some classes with lab 3 and lab 4, and I'm sort of dizzy at midday. I feel like a nap or something like that. And this is so acid that I love acid, but I have to like acid otherwise. Well, Gabriela is not coming. Do you know? Has she left?
She hasn't said anything in the group, so I'm assuming she'll come back.
Ok, bueno. No, quería hacer una mini organización de lo que nos queda del año. Justo están faltando, pero no, me fijé, no faltan tanto. Falta Victoria, Malena, Leónidas, que me avisó que estaba
Sí, yo también te
se
iba a
sentía
mencionar.
bien. Sí, está con una contractura, pero está Victoria, Malena y Sheila. Pero después el resto estamos. Así que bueno, les pasan toda esta información lo más
Sí,
detallada
tenemos
posible.
un grupo de WhatsApp, así que lo ponemos todos
Bueno,
ahí.
coméntenlo
Además,
lo más.
Cuando vean la clase lo van a tener ese record ahí.
¿Lo estás grabando esto? Bueno, ok.
Sí, o sea, yo tipo te pregunté la primera vez, and from that point,
Sí, no hay problema. No, lo que pasa es que es muy difícil que vean toda la clase para ver si están viendo la clase, ok, pero no podemos confiar en que vean toda la clase. Así que, por las dudas, coméntenlo en el grupo, ¿sí? Lo que más me interesa que comenten es que estuve revisando los trabajos prácticos y hay varios estudiantes que están como entregando salpicado. Entonces, están debiendo trabajos prácticos hacia atrás. Recuerden que si bien no cuento que estén aprobados o no aprobados, a mí eso no me interesa, sí me interesa que entreguen, ¿sí? Ahí está Dana y nos falta Gabriela. Dana, bueno, empecé a hablar sobre el resto del año, cómo vamos a organizarnos. Entonces, trabajos prácticos. Tienen que tener entregados el 75% de los trabajos prácticos. Si nosotros ahora acabamos de entregar el número 8, esos son 16 trabajos prácticos. Si ustedes ven hacia atrás, a ver, el sentido de estos trabajos prácticos es un tipo de actividad que deberíamos estar haciendo en el aula. Como estamos en esta situación, es muy difícil poder hacerla con el mismo objetivo, los mismos objetivos y la misma modalidad que la hacíamos presencial. Entonces, es por eso que las estamos haciendo como las estamos haciendo. Pero están graduadas, se supone que hacen la 1, reciben el feedback, después vamos con la 2, después con la 3. No sirve de nada que el último día de clase entreguen 25 trabajos prácticos. O sea, eso no tiene sentido desde ningún punto de vista. Entonces, si ustedes están debiendo hacia atrás, vamos a poner, digamos, a partir del 6, 7 y 8, son 6 trabajos prácticos, empiecen a entregar ya. ¿Sí? El 6, dictado 6, transcripción 6. Lo entregan y esperan a que yo les dé la devolución. Cuando yo les doy la devolución, dictado 7, transcripción 7. Cuando reciben la devolución, dictado 8, transcripción 8. Y no se atrasan más. ¿Sí? Ahora para la próxima van a hacer la 9, dictado 9, transcripción 9. ¿Se entiende? La idea es que esto sea graduado, no que se sienten una tarde desde las 12 del mediodía hasta las 4 de la mañana del día siguiente para hacer todos los dictados y transcripciones, porque no aprenden nada con eso. La idea es que aprendan, no importa si los aprueban o no los aprueban, pero sí los tienen que entregar. Y obviamente confío en que los van a estar haciendo de la forma en que se deben hacer, porque es así como se preparan, se están entrenando para el trabajo práctico integrador que ahora vamos a comentar. Entonces, eso por un lado. Fíjense qué cantidad tienen entregada, qué es lo que están debiendo. Del 6 para atrás no voy a aceptarlos, ¿sí? O sea, ya está, fueron. Calculen de acá para adelante los que faltan y bueno, no dejen de entregar para que les dé el 75%, si están adeudando trabajos prácticos más viejos. Yo confío que no me acuerdo, pero vi muchos parches en este curso y de gente que por ahí está entregando ahora, ¿sí? Pero tiene parches, calculen que les dé el 75%. ¿Alguna duda con eso? Bueno, yo lo que les voy a tomar, que es lo que va a definir si se aprueba la cursada o no se aprueba la cursada, son 2 parciales y un integrador de trabajos prácticos. El integrador de trabajos prácticos va a ser una transcripción y un dictado. Para esto por supuesto va a tener su recuperatorio en marzo. Para esto, ustedes se vienen entrenando desde principio de año. Si ustedes ven que tienen problemas en sounds, no va a venir el hada madrina de los sounds a arreglar el tema si esperamos en algún momento el hada madrina va a venir. No va a venir el hada madrina. Entonces, tomen el tema, el toro por las astas y vean de qué manera van a resolver eso. Yo estoy disponible para todo lo que necesiten, preguntas, consultas de rules, strong, weak forms, símbolos, todo lo que necesiten, ¿sí? Pero tienen que ponerse. Ustedes saben que hay material de práctica en el booklet, donde dice practice material, ahí tienen diálogos con key para practicar más que nada sounds. Y en el blog del lab hay toda una sección de dictados y de transcripciones para primero y para segundo año. Hay audios grabados por Cynthia Smith, empiezan más fáciles, siguen más difíciles. De ahí ustedes pueden tener muchísima práctica extra y reforzar todo este tema que va a ser dictados y transcripciones. ¿Ok? Ese va a ser el primero. Después, el primer parcial va a ser de word stress and compounds. Un listado de palabras, polysyllabic words, ¿sí? Y les voy a tomar, ¿vieron cuando analizábamos la prominencia? Que hacían abajo el cuadrito y ponían qué sílabas tenían prominencia y qué no, y por qué, si era accent, stress, prominence. Entonces eso va a requerir que ustedes repasen los conceptos de stress, accent y prominence, revisen, vayan de vuelta a los ejercicios que hicimos, a las actividades, y que vayan estudiando bien esas palabras, ¿sí? Todas las que aparecen en el booklet van a tener un listado y tienen que saber pronunciarlas. En el mismo parcial van a tener un listado de compounds, tienen que saber si son single, double stressed, cómo se pronuncian los sounds, y poder justificar la regla de los compounds. Ese es un parcial. ¿Ok? Segundo parcial. Este va a ser el parcial de teoría. El parcial de teoría va a ser un texto que va a ser first sight reading. Les voy a dar un tiempo para que ustedes lo analicen, tomen sus decisiones y después lo leen. Y sobre esa lectura yo les voy a preguntar toda la teoría aplicada. ¿Por qué tomaron las decisiones que tomaron? ¿Por qué el núcleo en tal lado? ¿Qué quiere decir? ¿Y qué pasa si lo pongo en tal otro? ¿Qué quiere decir broad focus? No sé, ¿a qué responde el tono? ¿Por qué el onset? ¿Y qué es el onset? Todo lo que significa teoría lo vamos a hacer en ese parcial que va a ser oral. ¿Ok? Bueno, ¿alguna duda?
Sí, dinámica del parcial, porque asumo que va a ser individual.
Bueno, ahora
Entonces,
ahora les explico qué es lo que estoy pensando, a ver qué les parece a ustedes. Yo no sé si, bueno, Eugenia sí, pero no sé si los demás, Lucía no sé cuántos años hace que estás en el Joaquín, si alguna vez hiciste dictado y transcripción presencial. Vos sí hiciste, los demás no hicieron. Mariano, ¿vos hiciste presencial? Nada. Silvia tampoco y Dana tampoco. Bueno, yo les cuento y Eugenia y Lucía me podrán contarles si es verdad o no es verdad. Cuando yo tomo un dictado en forma presencial, repito muchas veces les cuento lo que pasa desde mi perspectiva. Yo estoy mirando lo que están escribiendo. Yo veo dónde se traban. Yo veo cuando terminaron de escribir, cuando la mayoría terminó de escribir o no terminó de escribir o están trabados. Entonces, si veo que están trabados, sigo repitiendo. Lo vuelvo a decir. Si ustedes ven que, o alguno ve que necesita más, me pregunta, yo lo vuelvo a repetir. Esta es la dinámica que suele pasar en los dictados, ¿sí? Cuando termino de dictar, les dejo más o menos unos 5 minutos, o tal vez más. En general es lo que necesitan, no los corto, para que revisen. Entonces ahí repasan todos los sounds, se fijan si pusieron alguna letra en vez de un símbolo fonético, todos esos errores tontos que uno hace porque está escuchando el dictado y no se le escapan, y esas cosas saltan cuando uno está focalizado en eso, en filtrar, a ver si hubo errores de sounds, ese tipo, como si puse una pelotita en vez del 11, donde no tiene que ir, o revisar, por ejemplo, los rhythmicals. Bueno, todo eso lo revisan y se prolija bien el dictado. Lo mismo pasa en la transcripción. Yo les doy un textito, un párrafo, ustedes lo tienen, es una fotocopia, y hacen la transcripción. Por lo general tienen todo el tiempo del mundo para hacerlo, ¿sí? Bueno, no les voy a dar 1 hora para hacer una transcription, ¿no? Pero por lo general se les da mucho tiempo. La revisan, la vuelven a revisar. El dictado, una vez que ustedes terminaron de revisarlo, lo vuelvo a leer una vez más, para que ustedes puedan confirmar si las hipótesis que hicieron cuando lo estaban chequeando son verdaderas o no. Entonces, eso quiere decir que ustedes, el nivel de estrés que van a tener va a ser muy diferente al de, ahora les voy a explicar cómo es un examen remoto, ¿sí? Dictado y transcripción remota. Un dictado remoto es, ustedes me tienen que mostrar el escritorio, me van a mostrar atrás de la computadora antes de empezar el dictado. Muestran, tienen que estar enfocando la cámara a lo que están haciendo. Yo les leo el dictado, no veo si están trabados o no están trabados, así que me imagino por dónde van. Y ni bien termino de dictar el dictado, así como está, largan la lapicera, sacan la foto y suben la foto a Schoology. ¿Por qué es esto? Ustedes saben que, no seamos inocentes, sabemos que tienen acceso a todo el material que se les pueda ocurrir. Entonces, eso distorsiona completamente la evaluación de lo que es un dictado. Lo mismo pasa con la transcripción. Entonces, si nadie tiene acceso a un diccionario, es una cosa. O sea, yo espero errores en una transcripción. Yo no espero que sepan pronunciar todo, ¿sí? Pero otra cosa es saber que, bueno, algunos tienen diccionario, otros no. Algunos tienen algún mecanismo muy sofisticado para copiarse las palabras y otros no. Entonces eso distorsiona completamente. Entonces, la idea es tratar de evitar eso y de que sea una evaluación lo más fidedigna posible y que demuestre realmente la capacidad, lo que han ustedes adquirido, los saberes que han adquirido. Entonces, para eso, en la transcripción tienen 15 minutos. Terminan los 15 minutos y yo estoy calculando los minutos para que no tengan mucho tiempo de revisar. O sea, la van haciendo y van aplicando. Y cuando terminan, foto, se sube a Schoology y se terminó. Eso significa un nivel de presión para ustedes, ¿sí? Yo quiero que entiendan que no hay otra forma, ¿sí? Lamentablemente, el dictado y la transcripción se tienen que tomar así. No tengo otra forma de tomarlo, por las distorsiones que esto produce, ¿sí? Entonces, el nivel de estrés es enorme, el apuro, los minutos, ¿sí? Entonces, por ejemplo, el examen oral yo creo que lo podemos manejar, o sea, cambia completamente a lo que era un parcial escrito de teoría, que yo siempre tomé parcial escrito de teoría, pero yo solo creo que lo podemos manejar oralmente. 1 a 1, les doy tiempo, preparan el diálogo y lo vamos discutiendo el diálogo, ¿sí? Lo van pensando, vamos a ver, ¿y por qué pusiste tal cosa? Y de ahí vamos rescatando la teoría. Es algo más manejable y yo me quedo conforme que realmente evalué al alumno y el alumno pudo demostrar lo que sabe o lo que no sabe. Pero en un escrito, el dictado y transcripción es un horror. Y lo otro que es otro horror son las palabras, el parcial de palabras y compounds. Porque lo peor todavía, o sea, el acceso que tienen a un diccionario, yo, ¿cómo puedo evaluar eso? Entonces, ese examen yo no lo puedo tomar escrito. ¿Saben cómo lo estoy tomando? Lamentablemente el final es así, ¿eh? O sea, el final es así. Están en la pantalla y de pronto, ¡ping!, aparece la tarjeta con 10 palabras. Empecé a leer. No tienen tiempo ni de mirarlo una vez. Empecé a leer así como viene. Y ustedes tienen que leer 10, 15 palabras como vienen. Lo mismo con los compounds. ¿Sí? Entonces, ¡ping!, aparecen los 15 compounds. Empecé a leer. Y hay veces que el alumno lo hace, lo pone single, y no, y en el momento cambia a double porque ahí se dio cuenta pero no tienen tiempo de pensar. ¿Se entiende? Entonces ese es muy feo para todo el mundo y no se me ocurre otra forma. Ahora, la única forma que a mí sí se me ocurre, yo estoy dispuesta a hacerlo, es a tomarnos un día para ir al Joaquín y hacerlo en forma presencial. Entonces, yo pido autorización para ir un día, hacemos el dictado y la transcripción ese día y hacemos el parcial 1, que son las palabras y los compounds. Ese mismo día yo lo corrijo y les doy la devolución ahí. Después vemos si hace falta un recuperatorio, lo que sea. Ahora, esto tiene el problema de que, bueno, podemos tener gente que esté en grupo de riesgo, ¿sí? ¿Alguno de ustedes está en grupo de riesgo? Tiene que ser con constancia, certificado, o sea, no, ninguno de ustedes. Bueno, la idea es que consultemos con el resto del grupo. Yo les cuento, yo estuve yendo a Joaquín hasta hace poco. Está todo muy cuidado, muy cuidado. Se está cumpliendo el protocolo en todo sentido. La verdad es que es mucho más fácil contagiarse en el supermercado que en el Joaquín. Eso desde ya. Y después, bueno, vamos a tomar todos los recaudos necesarios y la idea es que sea una sola vez.
Además, nosotros somos pocos, va a ser escrito, así que podemos estar con el barbijo, no es preciso que nos lo saquemos.
Van a estar con el barbijo. Por eso, por ejemplo, Lab, que Dana el otro día preguntaba, yo antes que estar allá con un barbijo para evaluar desde Lab, también lo podemos, o sea, Lab se puede manejar virtualmente. Lab se puede manejar, o sea que Lab, ningún problema, lo vamos a ir manejando. Pero esta parte de fonética es la que más me preocupa porque no pueden rendir lo que realmente tienen que rendir. ¿Sí? O sea, el apuro va en contra, la presión va en contra, no tiene sentido. Si alguien no puede porque tiene factor de riesgo, bueno, lo charlamos y vemos cómo lo podemos hacer, ¿ok? Pero creo que lo ideal sería esto. Si a usted les parece bien, yo voy pidiendo autorización para hacerlo, ¿sí? ¿Les parece bien?
Sí, totalmente.
¿Y más o menos fecha?
Bueno, mi fecha, vamos a tratar de respetar esta fecha. Estas son las próximas clases que tenemos. Anoten. 29 de septiembre, 6 de octubre, 13 de octubre, 20 de octubre, 27 de octubre, 3 de noviembre, 10 de noviembre. Vamos a hacer de cuenta que la última, que es la del 17, no existe. Por cualquier cosa que pase, vamos a tratar de tener todo cerrado el 10 de noviembre, ¿sí? Bueno, entonces, mi idea es el 20 de octubre hacer el examen de trabajos prácticos. Es un integrador de trabajos prácticos, o sea, dictado y transcripción, más primer parcial de Compounds y Word Stress. 20 de octubre, tenemos un mes. ¿Cómo lo ven?
El 20 de octubre sería el parcial presencial.
Sí. ¿Cómo lo ven?
Sí, va, yo no.
Bien.
Creo que bien, o sea, ya, yo me pondría ya a estudiar.
Sí, no.
Miedo.
Hoy me
Pero
pongo.
creo que sí, es
Tienen
tiempo.
un
Ayer
mes.
por ahí.
Sí, tienen un mes. O sea, todas las clases les voy a dar otros 2, ¿sí? Para la vez que viene es dictado 9, transcripción 9, después 10, 11, vamos a llegar con todo lo que tenemos en el site. Tienen un montón de cosas extra para trabajar y recuerden, estudiarse los words y los compounds no es una cosa que pueden hacer de un día para el otro, así que ya lo tienen estudiado, pero ahora a darle fuerte a eso. Entonces, mi idea es hacer eso ese día, el 20 de octubre. El 27 de octubre empezar con los orales, con el segundo parcial de teoría. ¿sí? No sé si vamos a llegar el día 27, pero tenemos para movernos el 3 del 11, si no tal vez el 27 podríamos hacer un mock y después el 3 hacer el oral. Lo vemos. Tal vez si no el mock lo podemos hacer el 13 de octubre. Vamos viendo, estamos bien con el tiempo. Entonces tendríamos entre el 27 del 10 y el 3 del 11 para ir definiendo el otro parcial, que sería el oral de teoría, y el 10 de noviembre mi idea es hacer los recuperatorios de todo. ¿Ok? Después vemos si eso lo hacemos presencial, si es necesario hacerlo presencial, depende de qué es lo que haya para recuperar, depende de quiénes tengan que recuperar, qué. Después lo podemos ir evaluando. ¿Les parece bien estas fechas? ¿Sí? Bueno, en principio vamos a hacer esto. Yo voy pidiendo la autorización entonces para el 20 y para el 10 de noviembre. Después veremos si lo usamos, no lo usamos, si cambiamos la fecha. Bueno, esperemos que siga el contexto.
Sacarle el estrés del tiempo contrarreloj y el estrés de la tecnología, porque por ahí se te cuelga la computadora.
Sí, a mí me pasó para el follow-up del AVE, el primero yo no me largué a llorar porque estaba la cámara prendida nada más, pero
Sí.
no poder subir el audio.
Pero y
terminé.
aparte,
Eso era
hay
un
una
follow-up.
Encima
Ay,
era un
perdón.
follow-up. Yo llegué a hacer un parcial y me moría en serio.
Y pónganse en el lugar del profesor, o sea, a mí, bueno, es un follow-up, lo rendiste, me lo entregaste después, bueno, te lo corrijo, es para darte un feedback. Pero si es un examen y vos tardás 1 hora en entregarlo, yo no puedo aceptar, porque es injusto para los demás, o sea, yo entiendo Y después estás en el medio del dictado y te cortó la luz, se te cortó internet 2 minutos. ¿Qué haces? La transcripción, se te cortó internet y a mí me queda la cámara de negro, ¿te lo voy a aceptar esa transcripción después?
A mí nunca me falla internet y el año pasado en tu dictado, con una tormenta, no escuchaba, no entendía, se me cortaba. No, pero viste, te
Es
morí.
espantoso, es espantoso. Así que bueno, nada, si lo podemos manejar así, la verdad, para mí me deja más tranquila también.
No, pero
En todo
aparte
sentido.
es mucho más tranquilo y aparte es tal cual Claudia dijo. Primero se lee el texto de un saque esta es la situación. Y después, y ha pasado que es como, bueno, la repitió 5 veces. One more, please. Y 2 veces más se lee, o sea, no. Y uno está mucho más tranquilo, esa es la realidad. Uno no está sintiendo presión cuando tiene que hacer la transcripción o el dictado. A lo sumo uno se siente confundido porque está tratando de hilar las ideas.
Pero esa es la idea, o sea, si vas a fallar, fallá porque no lo sabes resolver, pero no fallar porque no te dio el tiempo, porque estás nervioso. Encima con los nervios es peor todavía. Así que bueno, nada.
Una resolución más que sensata, la verdad es... Uy. Tipo, o sea,
Bueno.
lo primero que todo, lo que está mejor es que te pongas esa predisposición, tipo, eso es súper genial porque, nada, o sea, repruebo la materia porque se me cortó, tuve un microcorte en el internet y ¿sabes qué? Prendo fuego la compañía de internet, ya está.
Sí.
Sí, pero pasa, lamentablemente pasa. Así que bueno. Bueno, ok.
No sé si es ayuda, pero en el final de lengua, por lo menos en las mesas de agosto, te daban como por lo menos para el escrito, una tolerancia de 10 minutos. Intermitente o contiguo. Si por intermitente o contiguo no aparecías, digamos, se te daba por vacío el examen, no se te contaba como una falla, pero no te dejaban entregar más.
Sí, la verdad que es horrible, pero bueno, esperemos con esto poder resolverlo, ¿ok?
Perdón, Claudia.
Sí.
Entonces todo tiene recuperatorio. El trabajo integrador, primer parcial y segundo parcial. Ok, y en este parcial de los compounds, los word stresses son los que venimos haciendo desde el principio de año, ¿no? O sea, en los de Ortiz Lira, esas palabras.
Sí, todo lo que les tomé y que trabajamos durante el año, que son todas las palabritas que estaban en la lista esa de Ortiz Lira, y después los compounds también son los que hicimos como una especie de summary, de reglas y de ejemplos. A lo sumo, en vez de chocolate cake, te puede llegar a salir orange cake, ¿sí? Pero para que puedas aplicar la regla que sabes de ingredients, exception to ingredients, ¿sí? Y que puedas justificar.
Claro, y práctica sobre esto, un segundo, práctica sobre los compounds más que nada, o sea, que tengamos una key de decir, bueno, este compound es esto. Tenemos un montón, pero como para tener más, ¿está en el blog de Lab o de Fone?
No creo que haya, y aparte no te conviene, porque si es otro profesor por ahí, usa otros labels y te confunde. Yo me voy a tener a lo que ahí vimos nosotros, o sea, que para ustedes sea clara, que lo puedan identificar claramente y listo. Con la palabrita, si le pone performer of the action, ya está, ¿sí? O sea, pero otro profesor por ahí usa otro label, y para ustedes después de empezar, ay, ¿esto qué es? Si es así o no es así. Así que no, lo que por ahí puedes hacer, que se me ocurre a mí, es agarrar compounds de la lista, todas mezcladas, y armate vos una lista, o armate varias y dejarlas ahí, olvídate. Y después agarrar la lista y empezar a ver cómo es esto. Single double, ¿me entendés? Todos mezclados. Y vos ya
Claro.
tenés la respuesta, vos ya sabés. Pero de esa manera te vas como autotomando. ¿Eugenia?
Gracias.
Sí, I wanted to check that I have all the rules that I need to have. Because according to my notes, I do.
Bueno.
But, so, single stress compounds, phrasal verbs, functioning as nouns.
Sí, phrasal
Monolith
verbs está
speaking.
incluido, ¿eh? Phrasal verbs están incluidos dentro de los compounds.
Yes, then monolithicity.
Pero si me lo decís ahora, Eugenia, no me voy a acordar de esto. Lo que les pido, ¿sabes qué podemos hacer? Pónganse de acuerdo y armen entre todos, chequen que todos tengan la misma lista. Si quieren, yo creo que tengo como una especie de summary. Se los voy a mandar. ¿Les parece? A ver si...
Sí.
Bueno, les voy a
Porque
mandar...
yo fui recopilando a medida íbamos nombrándolos, pero capaz que
bueno,
alguno...
entonces yo les voy a mandar ese, que es un resumen muy cortito y muy lindo, muy útil, de compounds. Y se fijan si ustedes tienen todos esos o por ahí tienen un par más, lo vemos. Pero lo comparan con este summary que les mando. ¿Ok? Yes.
Una cosa, no sé hasta qué punto es viable, pero así como practicamos en su momento, nada, con estos juegos que vos hacías, ¿vamos a practicar las palabras y los compounds o eso ya no?
Ya no. No, ya no. Estoy pensando si les puedo compartir los links, si quieren, para los de esos juegos.
Sí, gracias.
Podemos armar entre nosotros un día, decir, nos juntamos a estudiar en un
Bien, yo estaba pensando eso recién, dije, lo tiro por el grupo en cualquier momento.
Buenísimo.
Claro, si Claudia encima nos puede mandar los links, podemos usarlo eso entre todos.
Les mando los links de esos juegos, pero no es mucho eso, no, hay que estudiar más.
Aparte de lo nuestro. Aparte.
Okay, claro. Okay. Bueno, okay, let's see if we can start with this topic. Otherwise we will fall behind, and then, can you see what I'm sharing?
Not so far.
Oh, why? Okay, now?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, this is a presentation I gave some time ago, and I labeled it An Enlightening View on Focus, quite an ambitious title, enlightening. But in fact, it was a play on words. And why is that? Because I wanted to show a sort of analogy between the focus of information, right, in the way we manipulate the focus of information in language and the focus in sight, okay? How we focus on something through sight. And so for this, what I did is I tried to analyze the meaning of words like enlightening, view, and focus for you to see how, what the analogy is. All these things have to do with the idea of perception, right? We perceive we understand what we can perceive, right? If you don't perceive it well, you don't understand it. So enlighten, to cause to understand, free from false beliefs. Enlightening, having true understanding, right? This is a sort of meaning of enlighten. View, ability to see or be seen. Sight, a special chance to see or examine someone or something. A general consideration of a matter. A personal opinion, belief, or idea. See how mixed the idea, yeah, the visual perception and understanding is. Focus, the central point, place of great interest or center of interest. To direct one's attention to bring into focus, to arrange the lens of a camera to obtain a clear picture. In or out of focus, meaning not having or giving a clear picture because a lens is not correctly placed. Yes, we're all familiar with these terms. Let's see why I use this. What is this?
Out of
We don't know.
picture.
It's out of focus. But can you tell me what is there? Do you understand what is going on in the picture?
There's green, and I'm assuming there are two either people or animals.
Mm.
One
Yes.
person, definitely.
At least one
With wearing
person.
a red t-shirt.
Wearing?
A red t-shirt.
Okay. Well,
And there's something even greener in the middle.
okay.
Yes, in the center of the picture.
Okay. Well, so do you understand this picture? Let's see. What if I adjust the focus a little bit?
See, we were completely wrong.
Okay.
Dana
No
was
animals. There were no
It
animals.
was red. I can't believe it.
Okay, you thought it was red. Yes, you see. And there was something greener, you said, but yes, okay. Can you see it? Do you understand it well now?
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
sure you understand it well? Give me details.
I don't know.
Almost completely.
No, we do not know everything. We make deductions about the picture.
Okay, there are things that you still cannot understand in the picture. What is this a boy or a girl?
Looks like a boy, but it could be a girl.
What is he or she holding?
A bucket?
Pistola de agua.
Maybe?
I don't know how to say it in English.
A water gun.
Water gun.
Water gun.
And what is the girl? This girl, we assume it's a girl because of the pink t-shirt. What is she holding?
Splash is she's I'm assuming splashing them with water.
Yeah. Does she have anything in her hand?
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she has.
All right. So we have a better picture, a better understanding, but still, this is out of focus, isn't it? So if you don't perceive well, you cannot understand the details, right? So let's adjust the focus a little bit more, the lens, and there you have a better picture. You see, Dana, you were right. This was a gun, a water gun. It's a boy. Now, what is this girl holding?
Looks like a bottle.
A bottle?
Yes, it's a bottle. Okay. Well, all right. I think I've made my point, haven't I? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Now look at this picture. Yeah? You see it?
We all have a picture like that. Sorry, I had to say it.
Okay. Now, if I tell you saw the picture, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if I say this, does this describe the picture? The frightened boy is getting hold of the net.
No.
Is this true?
No.
No, this is not true. No?
No.
You think that the happy child is jumping is a better, the other one is wrong? Yes?
No,
we can
maybe
half
now
of
what
it.
I'm thinking is that the boy in the background is the one referring to the first sentence.
Yes.
Well,
you see?
Now it makes sense.
It makes sense. So it wasn't a lie. It was true. The frightened boy is getting hold of the net was true. Okay? But what happened? Why didn't you notice that it was true?
Because he's in the background. He's not in the forefront, let's say.
That's a question of focus, right? When you see a picture, some things are in focus and some things are out of focus, okay? So you concentrate, you focus your attention on the thing that's in focus. In this case, it's this child, right? How do you know visually that the focus is here? Why do you all direct your eyes to this child?
Because of the light. I mean, you
light.
can see the
Exactly. The light is
size.
crucial. Also the position,
clearness.
yes, in the forefront. Yes,
The clearness.
yes. Also the position in the picture. Okay,
And
this
the
is
size.
central. Yes, Eugenia? Oh,
The
you're
size,
frozen.
even the other boy is
Uh-huh.
back.
Yeah. Yeah,
He
this is central,
looks
yeah,
bigger.
this is in the background. Right, okay. So if I have a sentence like, this is, I have shown you the effect of focus visually, right? When you take a picture, there are certain tools that you have to show what is in focus and to direct the attention of the viewer, right, to certain parts of the picture. Yes, I'm sure that this picture was taken by the mother of the happy child, right? But the other mother, the other boy's mother, it was not there. She wouldn't have chosen that display, right? So if I say the young girl is resting in an armchair, right? This is, let's imagine this is my sentence, or this is my information, right, to transmit to you. When I say the sentence, this is a sort of revision of everything. We make phonological choices. Yes, first you have the idea in your mind. Yes, a young girl is resting in an armchair. You have the idea. You select the words you're going to use. You select the syntax. You decide it's simple present, whatever. And then when you have to utter this, you make lots of segmental choices. You have to decide what sounds, right? If you put aspiration to whatever, if you use dark hair in girl. And you also make suprasegmental choices at the level above the segment, right? Things that affect the syllable, the intonation phrase, the pitch sequence, the turn. You're familiar with this, yes? This is the ABC of prosody. And then important choices that you make. Tonality, key and termination, how high, how low you go in pitch. We haven't worked with this, but this is one of the choices you make. Tone and tonicity. You understand everything except for key and termination. We have been working with all the other decisions. Now, let's focus on tonicity. What is tonicity? It refers to the location of the tonic syllable. Tonic means movement, you know. So the tonic syllable is the one that has pitch movement. That's another name for nucleus. Okay? So tonicity refers to the location or the placement of the nucleus. So in the young girl is resting in an armchair, I have many possible nuclei. Here I show the most important ones because they're talking about lexical items, yes? The young girl is resting in an armchair. 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 These are all possible nucleus placement, right? And they will affect, I mean, this decision of nucleus placement will affect what type of attention I require from the listener. Okay? Is this all to you? Yes, you understand all this. You can follow very easily. We've been talking about this, haven't we? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, placement of the nucleus. We have two possibilities, as you very well know. One is the nucleus on the last lexical item. We call that neutral tonicity. And marked tonicity means that the nucleus is not on the last lexical item. Yes, it could be on a function word, as today, Dana, you asked, what if I put the nucleus on a pronoun? Okay, that's marked tonicity. Or early nucleus placement, which means a lexical item that's not the last one. Okay? What is the effect? So these are definitions of the effect of nucleus placement for focus from two authors, Halliday and Tench. Halliday says that the function of the tonic syllable is to form the focus of information, to express what the speaker decides to make the main point or burden of the message. Okay? And Tench says, if the speaker does not reach the tonic syllable in any given information or intonation unit, then we do not have enough clues to decide on the structure and the focus of information in that particular part of the message. So if you do not place a nucleus in a sentence or in an IP, it would be something like this, okay? So the nucleus tells you what to focus on. So how do we form the focus of information through nucleus placement? You know this. The choice of nucleus will tell the listener what he has to focus on, what is relevant about the IP. Let's compare the nucleus to a light bulb or a lens in a camera, okay? When I say, the young girl is resting in an armchair, you see the nucleus is on armchair, right? This is neutral tonicity, remember? Nucleus on the last lexical item. What we mean is, if we compare this to the light bulb, it will light the whole IP. In other words, the speaker marks everything as relevant or of interest to the listener. The lens will show broad focus. Yes? This is supposed to be lighting the whole IP. Now, if I say the young girl is resting in an armchair, the light bulb is only lighting part of the IP. The speaker may choose to light only part of the IP, not the whole. He can do this by placing the nucleus or the light bulb on a word that is not the last lexical item. That is marked tonicity, and the effect is narrow focus. What is in focus is the action of resting. Yes, when I say the young girl is resting in an armchair, all the rest is blurred in the background. The girl and the armchair. Why would that be? Why would you want to blur something in the background when you're speaking?
Because we either can get it from other places, context, for example.
What do you call that?
Old information.
Old information or
contrast.
Contrast.
Instead of something else. For she's resting in an armchair instead of she's swinging in an armchair, let's say.
The young girl is resting in an armchair and not the young boy. The young girl is resting in an armchair, not the old girl. Okay? So all the rest is supposed to be blurred in the background, yes, to make the analogy, the visual analogy. The young girl is resting in an armchair, as opposed to was resting in an armchair or is not resting in an armchair. Okay? So what is the function of tonicity? To sum up, neutral tonicity, last lexical item, broad focus. It embraces the whole utterance. Everything is relevant. Marked tonicity, it expresses narrow focus. The listener's attention is narrowed down to one part of the IP. The rest is blurred. You see it, yeah? You hear it, but you don't pay attention to it. Why would you do that when you have old information or contrast? Yes? Clear? This is all revision. Yeah. And this is another visual analogy. Broad focus. Imagine this is a room, okay? And then where do you place the light bulb if you want the whole room to have light? You put it probably in this position, in the middle, at the top. And if you put the light bulb here, everything will be lighted, okay? That is what happens when you put the nucleus on the last lexical item. All the IP gets the light, gets the focus. Yeah? Now, if you just want one little part of the room to be lighted and the rest you want in shadow, you will put the light bulb, for example, here. Okay? And so only one part of the room will be lighted. And this is the equivalent of the young girl is resting in an armchair. Okay? There you see the difference. Does this help you to visualize? Yeah? Okay, so this would be the analogy of broad focus, yeah, nucleus on the last lexical item. This is narrow focus. The light bulb should be here just to light this. It won't light all the rest. Yep. Now, what happens if I have a room that is shaped like this? Do you see the shape of this room? If I want to light the whole room here, and I decide to place the light bulb here where I placed it in the normal room, what will happen is that it won't get the light in the whole room. You follow? Do you understand that? If you place the light bulb here, one section will not be lighted. So in this room that has a very peculiar shape, I will have to put the light bulb here if I want light in all the room. Yes? This is my visual equivalent to broad focus with marked tonicity. That is to say, if I want broad focus, I will place the nucleus on an item that is not the last lexical item. And these are the exceptions to the LLI. Could you follow this, or does it confuse you? It confuses you, Lucia?
No, it's easy to, sorry.
It's just for you to visualize it, eh?
Yes. Now that you mentioned the exceptions, now, well, I'm expecting something else, but yes, now.
The idea is here, if you want broad focus, that is to say, if you want light in all the room, you cannot place it where you always put it. Mm-hmm. It would be here. Because if you put it here, it won't light the whole thing. So in terms of focus, in English, there are certain cases where if you want the light on the whole IP, you cannot put it on the last lexical item. You will have to look for another item to put it to.
Okay.
Okay? And that's why we call them exceptions. Yes? Tell me if you feel that this helps you or not. If it doesn't, we leave it the way we have it. We have already started a list of exceptions, right? And I gave you a label that was deofronting. Remember deofronting?
Yep.
Okay. I used to use this other label, and I don't know which one you find more useful. You can use the one you want, okay? But let's see. I used to tell my students that there was a strong preference of English to accent the nouns and de-accent final verbs, adjectives, etc. For example, when there is a close semantic relationship between the noun and the verb. I think we mentioned that. Yes?
Yeah, but we did in relation to direct objects.
But not this close semantic relationship between noun and verb we mentioned with event sentences.
Yes.
Okay. So here I look at the second item. The second item is event sentences, you see? But it's inside this. The preference of English to accent nouns and de-accent final verbs, adjectives, etc. Okay? So if there is a close semantic relationship between the noun and the verb, I've got a lot of papers to write and books to read. We have mentioned this as fronted DO. For me, this is a sort of perfection, an improved version of the rule. But I don't know if what you feel is more useful.
We name this under one of the categories in DO fronting here. The final to infinitive.
Okay, you choose the one you want, the one that you feel more useful. What perfume are you wearing? DO fronting, remember WH adjectivals. The sun's shining and the wind's blowing. Yeah, in English you cannot say the sun is shining and the wind is blowing. Yeah, that sounds ridiculous. Okay, why? Because what do you expect the sun to do apart from shining? What seeds did you plant? WH adjectival. But you see that it's a DO to plant. A question was raised and discussions took place. Yes? These are event sentences. Raised and took place, meaning appeared. Okay? You can also think about these in terms of close semantic relationship between the noun and the verb. That's also very useful. Okay? So what happens is this. We have marked tonicity. That means the nucleus is not the last lexical item, but we have broad focus. That's why they are exceptions. So when you say, I've got papers to write, the light bulb is on papers, but it's lighting the whole IP. Okay? I've got papers to write. It's broad focus. You have to focus on everything. The sun's shining. This is not contrastive.
Sorry. No, you can say that it's redundant to say that, for example, right?
If you say, I've got papers to write.
No, in the case of the sun's shining, that it's redundant to place the nucleus on shining.
Yes, it would. I think I'm losing my connection, I think. Can you hear me?
We hear you perfectly.
No. Okay, well, all right. So the sun's shining. This is broad focus. The nucleus is on the noun, okay? Then event sentences. I hope you can hear me. I don't see.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
We do.
Oh, but yeah, okay. So my cat died. James here.
Now we lost you.
Ay, somos unos mufas.
Sí, sí, sí. Yo la veo a Auge trabada también. No sé qué onda.
No,
está
bien.
No, Lu, la mataste.
Hay una piedra. No, mentira.
A ver, el perrito, Dana.
Hoy
Ay, es una
estuvo inquieto.
cachorra. Y por eso la traigo, porque nada, jode. Es chiquita.
Querida, preciosa.
Es tierra y es pesada también.
Bueno.
¿Qué hacemos? Porque la regla era irnos y volver en 10 minutos, pero ya estamos sobre la hora.
Esperemos. De última entramos tarde a la, qué sé yo.
Sí, yo me tomo mis 10
Somos
minutos.
los mismos.
No, pero no creo que suceda. Yo diría eso.
No, pero clave está Demian, está Alessio, está la
Claro,
otra
no lo van
Lucía.
a delay.
Y pero si Claudia no nos da el ingreso, tampoco podríamos entrar al Meet the Lab. Salvo que, bueno, que le avise
pero va a
a...
volver.
No,
confiamos en que sí.
Sí, ella va a avisar, si no, si se le
Claro,
va y...
algo en Schoology.
pero vamos ya a tener con Silvina.
No, Chao, chicos. Se me fue el internet también.
Se me fue, no.
Claro.